Let's go! Alright, everybody. Welcome to SNM Sportz.
Welcome, everybody. How y'all doing today?
I am the S in the SNM. I am Scottie Too Hottie.
And I am the M in SNM, Michael, Mikey, or whatever it is that you might want to call me. I'll still go by the name of G Money, too. But, you know, that's just how that goes. Well, all right, folks. Well, this week, as always, we have alcohol sponsors. And so...
This is how you get a bunch of beer out of the house. And even pizza.
All right. So this week's beer sponsor, this week I am sponsoring Samuel Adams. They have this new beer that I've only seen in cans so far, Sam's 76.
I've never seen it.
Came out right around July 4th when we celebrated, well, let's not even get into that, but the beer is great. So Sam's 76. By far, I appreciate this. It's great summer beer. It's not too heavy, but definitely refreshing.
And I got a local brewery. Golden Road, Heffenweisen. They're located actually not too far from where I live. And it's very tasty.
Tasty. All right, folks. So, as we normally do, I'll start out with my thought. And this week, I actually want to take this time to introduce us. So, Scottie and I, let's see, we have known each other for quite a few years now, 4 or 5. I know I've never really counted, so I don't really know, but it's been a while.
I think it's more than that, but
Hey,
yeah.
you know, time flies when you're having kids, you know, that's for sure.
Yes.
So, I was both of us born and raised in the Chicago area. Myself on the north side, Scottie in the suburbs, the
Yes.
north suburbs. Both went to high school out there, and then went on. Eventually, both made our way out to here. Varying different reasons as to why we're here. But for the same person, that would be Nikki Bates, who is our executive producer of the show. And you actually will see her next week, hopefully, as our first guest. To show that just because she's behind the scenes, behind the camera, doesn't mean that she doesn't know, or that she definitely doesn't know anything about sports. That is not the case. She will hold her own, so it'll be fun to have her on next week. And we're also most likely going to be introducing a special guest as well. That's going to take over our NASCAR correspondent. That's one thing, NASCAR, excuse me. That's one thing that Scottie and I are not that up on, but we're learning quickly, is NASCAR. So we decided to go out and get a guest that can come on and correspond and speak with us about what's going on in NASCAR. So that'll be great. So that we'll bring to you next week. This show really was born out of all that Scott and I do is talk sports. Like whenever we're around each other, it's just the natural thing. It's not one of those guy things where we couldn't talk about other things. We'll talk about other stuff like politics or, you know, whatever it is that's going on in the world, pop culture, TV, movies. But sports always ends up coming back to being the forefront of our conversations.
And especially since we pretty much like every team the same, so it makes it that much easier. You know, the Bulls, the Blackhawks, the Bears, and of course the Cubs.
See, exactly.
And
that was my next thought. This is the teams that we love and represent. There's also the Chicago Fire, which don't have anything up for them, but definitely support them. I became a Galaxy fan when I moved out here, just in the natural progression of things. I love sports and went to a lot of games, and so this is the one Los Angeles team that I definitely root for, but obviously the Fire is first in my heart and always will be. So that's really what we're about, where we're from. Obviously we're Chicago-based, but we're going to talk about everything in sports worldwide, not just the Chicago teams.
We're definitely biased, though.
Definitely.
You probably already figured that out.
But he's not Baez, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Because that brother is actually, yesterday he hit in the home run contest, but we'll get to that later on. Excellent. So that's really what we are about. It's going to be sports nonstop. Definitely, as we get closer to NFL season, we'll do more with fantasy sports. Scott and I are both active on the DFS world when it comes to DraftKings and FanDuel.
Yes.
We definitely use both. We won't get into which one is better, just that we definitely use both. And so those are a lot of fun too. So as we get on further, we'll start getting in advice because we're new to that world too. So we want to get better. But once we get into the football season, Scottie and I both won leagues. I've actually won, I think, 3 different leagues over the years that I've won. We're actually a trophy. Our money is involved in fantasy football, so I know Scottie has as well. So we're definitely coming from a place where we know what we're talking about on that side, and we're looking forward.
Absolutely.
But right now, of course,
season is
it is the CFL, which Scottie loves the CFL. It's good football.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so that's what we're about. What we'll be talking about. Excellent. So the most interesting thing on Twitter this week. Man, I am so glad that we are in the off season of the NBA. I don't know about you, Scottie.
There's a lot of chitter chatter out there.
Oh man, it's a wonderful thing, right? And it's kind of quiet, so they got a little bit of time, even though some of these are going on. These guys aren't playing. So.
Right? Yeah, they got a little more time on their hands, and
definitely
they can tweet a lot.
And they did. So this week, one thing, Mr. Kuzma, we appreciate you every time that you get on your Twitter. And you tweets, it's generally a gem, especially when you're going on your own teammates. We're glad that it's all in fun because then we enjoy it.
Yes.
So it's a thriller night, and of course the accompanying picture is, yes, Brandon Ingram. So we appreciate you being a good sport, Brandon, because this is by far one of the best things I've seen on Twitter in a while.
Right. Reminds me of one of my all-time favorite movies, Coming to America. I would not let this guy sit on my couch.
Oh man, that's funny. Soul glow. That's right.
Just let your soul glow.
So there it is. Again, well, I'm gonna be cracking up on this one for weeks to come. So Thank you, sir. Please.
He looks tight. He's rocking it.
Hey, look at he's looking sharp, man. For sure. So,
I can't own a haircut like that.
Well, you could own it, but then you'd have to take it on and off.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't look right.
Mm-hmm.
And you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, no, all of the above.
So he's not going to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right, well, now we're on to who got up and who needs Viagra.
Dun, dun, dun.
This week, who got up? France!
France, the French fry guys.
Man, you're right, Scottie.
Rocked it.
Man.
They surprised the world. And congratulations to France. They deserved it.
A decisive 4-2 win over Croatia. Croatia played a great game and definitely came back. Croatia was a team that the last 4 games leading up to the championship played from behind, which is in soccer, like hockey, it's something you don't ever want to be in a situation where you're playing from behind in either of those games because goals are
scarce. Yeah.
Right, very scarce. So Croatia came back and at least scored and made it to 3-2, and then France opened up with 4-2, and that was the end of it from there. But I say I enjoyed the World Cup. I don't know about you, Scott, but it was a good time.
Yeah, it was definitely a blast to watch.
All right, so the first who needs Viagra this week is EA Sports, Madden NFL. Now that's only if you're asking Leonard Fournette. There's a video out there that's going around about Leonard Fournette. Once he heard that his rating was 87, he tweeted and asked EA Sports to take him off the game if they weren't going to boost his ratings.
Wow.
Now, EA Sports nicely responded back to him saying, please send us video proof, show us why you think that your numbers should be that high, and we'll be happy to adjust them. That's when Leonard Fournette decided, forget it, just take me off. I ain't got time for that. But obviously, you've just put a fire under this man, which I appreciate. Now, I might even consider him in the fantasy world if he has a chip on his shoulder every time his friends play, Madden throughout the season. It'll be a reminder to him.
Well, true, and that team is transformed Jacksonville into a running team anyway. So,
and a good one at that with him.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a good line and a good defense, and the Bears have always relied on all that: a good running back, a good line, and defense. I mean, hopefully, I don't know if I mind us changing that up a little bit right now with, having a quarterback that can throw and then open up that run game. So, but I don't think Bortles can throw, so they don't have a choice in their case.
Not at all. So this got it up. It's the All-Star break. So we're heading in to see who's on top, and we got our, Boston's on top in the rankings, Houston's 2, Yankees are 3, blah, blah, blah.
The Cubs are the best in the National League.
They are. And
best record.
and they moved up three spots this week, and they actually are number 4. And that's when we give it up to the Cubs, A's, and the Dodgers because they all made jumps in the final breakdown of the 30 of all teams leading into the All-Star game. So it's Cubs, A's, and the Dodgers. Now, Oakland A's, I haven't been paying attention to them at all. I had no idea that they're playing this good of baseball because paying so much attention to what's going on in the National League and leading up to the All-Star break, what was going on with the All-Star game. I had no idea. It's definitely get them to Oakland, man. They're in there right now. And actually, if the playoffs started today, just toss the Phillies in there. You'll have the Cubs, Dodgers, and the Phillies will be in. Then you have A's, Yankees, Boston, and Houston. Blah, blah, blah. And then who else needs Viagra? Laker haters.
Yeah, I can't believe that some of the fans are mad that they got LeBron. You ever heard of such?
No.
Kobe's the king. Kobe's the king. Kobe retired, how many years ago now?
3 now? Or 2?
Yeah, I mean...
It hasn't been that long, but still.
If he went to the Bulls, I would not be hating on that. I wouldn't let him wear 23, but...
That I would have an issue with, for sure. But everything else...
Yeah, I would, I don't understand, but hey, that's LA.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this gentleman painted this beautiful mural on the side of the building.
Ridiculous.
And called him the king of LA. And someone defaced it. And not just that, people also had a problem with him being crowned the king of LA, and he hasn't even walked on the court and played a minute of basketball. And I can understand that. So the guy, fixed the damage that someone did defacing it, took off the of and made it the king, and then the LA. And it's gorgeous. And then, of course, a few days later, somebody else completely defaced it. So this guy's like, screwed, I ain't got time for you idiots.
He just painted the wall white.
Painted over. So y'all need to get some Viagra and wake up. You guys have the best player in the game right now, and he's got people he's surrounding himself, have basketball smarts, which is what he asked for. So be careful. The Lakers are going to be in contention this year and could easily win it next year with just one addition of one of the big free agents coming up next year.
And
so
it's still a chance they can get one of those.
Yeah, it's not over yet. Now, we added in one more gentleman who possibly needs Viagra, considering he needs help standing tall.
See, I don't have that problem, Mikey.
He does not.
But obviously he does. Some kind of masculinity issues going on here, but hey. Or was it for the shot? I don't know. I'm not.
Hey, I'm sure it was for the shot.
All right.
But, I mean, you got to correspond on the sideline.
It's pretty funny.
She's a tall woman and whatnot,
Yeah.
and so you want... But the fact you had to stand on something to tower over her still, and just get eye to eye. Like,
yeah, what is that? That's like a 12-inch bucket at least?
Yeah, like...
Use a foot.
Come on, get an apple box, get under there, and eye to eye, player, come on.
Yeah, or you guys should have sat down or something.
There you go, exactly. So, but I can't figure out who this player is because I don't know the Dodgers players that well by face, and I can't see the numbers. So if you know who this player is, please put it in the comments for me. I want to know because I'm going to tweet this out to him and ask him. I want to know, so please.
I'm not sure. Is that Muncie? I'm not sure.
I think, but I don't want to tweet somebody and have the wrong information, so I need some help here.
Yeah.
So please help me out, folks. All right. So as we did last week, we did our picks. So we did 3 plus 1 gets underdog. So first pick, mine was Belgium, and I get a wine glass. It's got to get some beer.
Woo!
Yep, whatever. So I guess French fries won over waffle fries. I guess that was the choice.
Drink to that.
But hey, I'll drink to that for crispy fries. I do enjoy this better than waffle fries, so hey, that works too. And I picked England to win it all. Scottie picked England to win it all, and they didn't even make it to the final game.
Finals, yeah.
The Dodgers beat the Angels 3-2.
Wow.
Austin Cook came in 34th. Zach Johnson 16th.
Man.
Sky got blown out by almost 20. Definitely the underdog. And Ottawa got blown out by 24.
That is sad.
26.
Out of 8 picks, we got 1.
No, you got
Well,
one.
I got one. but
I got none.
One out of
Collectively,
four,
this is horrible.
but that's a crappy first week.
All right, let's move on.
So, yeah. Here's our picks for this week.
All right, so for this week, I am repping the Galaxy, and so I decided I would pick them against Union, against a Philly team. So that's my pick, first one for this week.
It's a
And
good pick, and since we're on the soccer theme, I'm going with the hometown Chicago Fire.
at Toronto, I'm sorry, versus
Home
Toronto.
versus Toronto.
Excuse me, home versus
And
Toronto.
that should be a really good game. It's a close.
We'll see. I can't wait. Be excited. All right, and of course, I chose the Cubs to beat.
How you crossed out them
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't even see the name of that team that they're playing.
Red Birds team.
But that's the game this coming Thursday, 2 days from now. They'll be playing the only baseball game on that day. It's a rain out from a missed game. They actually ended up playing 4 games for this stand instead of 3 because of this. So you can check them out. It's on ESPN. So we'll be watching for sure. And Scottie, WNBA pick for the week.
And I go with the Wings, Dallas Wings, to beat the sorry New York Liberty.
No picks a gimme, but
true.
I'm calling gimme on this pick. And not because it's a woman's sport, because Liberty are horrible, but it's alright, it's your pick. You do yours, I'll do mine. No problem. I understand. And of course, we're back to football.
I took Ottawa last week and they got killed. I'm rolling the dice on them to win this time at home against the BC Lions. So we'll see. They're 6.5 point favorites. So
At least they're favorites this week, so we'll see. Maybe they'll score
yeah.
more than 3 points than they like they did last week. But hey,
yes.
every week's a different week.
I hope so. They're at home.
Every given Sunday. So. Yes. Schwarbs. So, yes, we're filming during the actual home run derby, so we have no idea who's winning, but we're going to put it out on Tuesday, which we'll try to do that every week. So I picked Schwarber to win it all.
It's a good pick.
I mean, come on, I think that
It's a good pick.
this guy, I don't think he'll get tired just hitting home runs. I just don't see it. The man is a monster. He's a beast.
Yes,
and
he is.
And all he's doing is trying to hit home runs. I don't think you can touch him. So that's mine for sure.
And on that note, my upset pick is Baez. And I love this guy.
He's got to get past Muncie to begin with.
He's the most exciting player in baseball, and he will prove everyone wrong. What was he seated, like 6th or something?
Yep.
I mean, but
he was down there.
Yeah.
I feel
if
though.
he gets on the roll.
Oh yeah, Javi can hit him all
just
day.
like anybody. You get hot at the right time. And,
Yep.
and
I just
that's
think
what I'm counting on.
he pulled the toughest opponent, I think.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I think Muncie's the hottest home run hitter going into the break.
That's true. That's true.
So which I think it's a great pick as an upset pick here because of it. Forget seedings alone.
He's got to take the hard road to get there.
Hey, you know what? Knock him down. You gotta. If you want to get it, you gotta beat the best. So,
Right.
and he doesn't have a problem doing that by any means.
Yes, sir.
And of course, my underdog pick of the National League is again the underdog against the America. Against the American League, and so I'm going to choose the National League this year. All right, let's just move on. So far, I have no points, and Scottie has 1 point, or beer, we can call it.
Give me the belt.
The belt.
Or the crown.
Or the crown.
How do you? Yeah.
One pick? Like, are we really talking one
I'm
pick
the
right
king
now?
of S&M.
Oh, Lord. Well, there you go. Well, I'm going to leave that right there. All right, so around the world in sports, really the big things that are going on, MLB.
Yeah, it's the All-Star break, and everything gets decided from here on. What you're going to do? Are you going to give up on your team? Are you going to trade your franchise? What are you going to do? So it's an exciting time.
Do you think by the time that we put this out, Machado will be traded?
That's the rumor, that he's supposed to be traded by the end of the All-Star break, and I don't think he's going to the Cubs, but you never know.
Hope not. And do you have any team out there that you feel is going to surprise people or either by moving up and getting in the playoffs or falling off in the second half?
I hope the Yankees fall off. I don't know if they're gonna. But
you know what? And not even to hate on them, though, but they're
yeah,
the youngest team out, or one of the youngest teams out there.
yeah, they I don't know what they do. They tell their players, "Hey, yo, we're gonna trade you, and so when your contract expires, come back." So
That's the winning formula.
And yeah, and in the meantime, they're just hoarding, AAA guys and
Damn whores. Hey,
raising a farm.
I mean, their shortstop. I mean, he was in our
Castro.
He was the gentleman now, Gregarious, is playing the shortstop. I mean, he was in the Cubs farm system, and that's who the Cubs gave away to get. Oh my gosh, help me out, Chapman.
And
then I mean, won the ring, so no one will be upset about that. Even if we didn't win the ring, getting the World Series, that trade just makes sense because it was a win now mentality. And it would be a problem for us now because we already have an issue, with overcrowding in the infield. That to add him to it, it just made sense that of anybody we're going to give up in our farm system would be him because Addison Russell's. I mean,
they planned on that infield sticking around forever.
Yeah,
Rizzo's the oldest, and he's 27. And he plays first, but the second, third, and short.
Yeah, but that core, those four players,
those guys, yeah.
And then Zobrist can play either one. He's great to come in, and you need to get him in the lineup anyways because he's a great bat. He can lead off.
He's a World Series MVP.
Oh yeah, and there you go. So you got to get him in the lineup for sure. Oh, of course, gotta talk the Cup. Gotta wrap that up. So for me, with the Cup, it was exciting to see the new generation of players like Mbappe come out there and play great. He didn't score in the Cup, but he still. Oh no, he scored in the. I don't remember if he scored or not, but just he played great anyways during the Cup. And in 4 years, I don't see how France is not the favorite. Not because they won it, but the growth that you're going to see out of him in 4 years, France will be that force, I feel. All right, Scottie, what do you think out of the NBA Summer League or even NBA free agency this summer that's gone on? What move or not move do you think is going to affect a certain team this coming season the most?
Well, I think the Bulls getting Jabari Parker is huge because now you have a go-to scorer on a team that actually needs that type of player. He's a number 2 pick overall. I don't know how Milwaukee let him walk, but I mean, they didn't want to cough out the money. I mean, they put a lot in Towns, and so we'll see how that goes. I like the pickup. I mean, it was just a 2-year deal for the Bulls,
and team option too.
Yeah,
which is great.
So it's not going to hurt, and I think it's definitely Bull friendly because that's the only contracts they sign.
That is true.
Or that's GM friendly, John Paxton friendly.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Whatever you want to say. But,
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're out there spending money and making moves. I mean, for me,
they're trying to improve. It seems like
it's that Kawhi's still a Spur. To me, those guys
they want a lot for a guy that could walk next year.
No, going to walk.
I mean, unless he goes to the Lakers.
Right, unless he goes somewhere. The Spurs know he's walking end of the season or not playing. So,
true.
But to me, has there ever been a time where players said that they're not going to play for a team and literally sat out?
The whole year?
Because football, you can do that. You can sit out.
Right.
But I wonder if basketball's ever had a situation where someone sat out a season and didn't play.
Basically did anyways this past season.
Well, with the injury designation, though, he...
Yeah, what did he play? 8 games?
He didn't hide under that, but he had the designation, and he felt that he was hurt, so whether
they're
whatever it is. Exactly. So be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Right, and then seeing how that played out, do you want a player like that on your team? Even though he's young and probably still got a lot in him to go, but I mean, if he could do it to the Spurs, who's to say he can't do it to your team?
And he will. I mean, to me, he's looking like Yasiel Puig to me. You know, we being out in LA, we see a lot of Dodger baseball, and hear a lot about the Dodgers. You know, and love our Dodgers. You know, after the Cubs, of course.
Yeah.
But to me, it's kind of that's the feel I get, and so anywhere he goes, you're gonna have to take the good with the bad. You know, he can't play defense, but he can hit the ball out of the park any given day, right?
Right.
You know, Kawhi is an amazing basketball player, but if he gets hurt again or something happens, you know, he's going to leave there too. So you're dealing with that. So to me, that's the most intriguing thing that something hasn't happened yet is that he's still a Spur, but got plenty of time to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Definitely. And that takes us to
my final word. Scottie gets the final word. I was kind of thinking about this one for a little bit, and I was looking at some stats, and I already talked earlier in this episode about the most exciting player in baseball, this guy, and got me wondering. The guy has already broke his RBI record, and it's just the All-Star break. He leads the league or National League in RBIs. He's in the top 6, I think, in home runs. He's batting .291 for Javi. The guy, I think, almost needs to be brought up in MVP talk. Obviously, the second half is going to determine all that, and I think he's still got to raise his average over 300, but he's knocking on the door of 300, leading in RBIs, crushing home runs, and doing it like as one of the best defensive players in the game right now. And the guy's just exciting to watch. I mean, I could watch that guy blow bubbles on the bench and be like, man, that was an awesome bubble. But you know, he is amazing. He's super talented, and I wish nothing but for the best. You know, and I think he needs to be mentioned in MVP talk. He's not killing the league right now, but it's not to say the second half he won't. You know, if he can do this the first half and the team be slumping early and actually they rode his back early because he's the one that was keeping them in games when they should have been out of games. So that's my final word, and I think Baez should be in the hat for an MVP talk.
So Scottie's throwing in the hat for Baez. I like it. Hey, you know what? That's true. Everything is what you're doing out of the break, and you know, ideally if they can sweep the Cardinals.
Yeah.
You know, take 4 out of 4 or 3 out of 4.
That's always a fun team to sweep,
I mean,
too.
That's great and ideal. We talk about a confidence booster coming out of the break. You got 4 straight, and you're the only game on Thursday started off the second half. And if they come out strong in that game and they can win 3 to 4 or all 4 this weekend, that's going to say a lot about this team.
Yeah, they're going the right direction as it is. I mean, it's almost sad that the break already just happened, you know, because they've been playing some hot baseball, and so it's kind of a good thing that they actually get back to it a day earlier than everyone else, so they can keep that streak rolling, you know, keep that hot streak.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about is Lester.
Yeah,
I mean, made the All-Star game.
Absolutely,
but man, he obviously deserved it, and he's the hottest pitcher going into the All-Star break, and replaced so he could pitch on Sunday and won that game. You know, and he had a great line. He still gave up 3 earned runs, but you know, hey, he got the bats behind him, which is, you know, when obviously those things come together, you win ball games. I mean, that's clear as day. And so it's great to see that the pitching is coming around. You know, and that was the one move that we talked about, and I thought would have been the most important is pitching, get pitching. Right. But you know what? If Darvish comes back and Chadwick turns it around, then you know Theo's plan has come together and we're good to go. So I'm excited to see what's in front of us.
Yes, absolutely. The future's bright.
Yes, and so are we. All right, folks, so that's our show for this week. So, of course, as always, subscribe to the page. Like, comment below. Tell us what you want to hear about, what you want us to talk about, where we're not.
Ask us any question.
Any question. There's nothing off the board here. We'll answer them all, folks, that's for sure. This is not well, I guess it's PG so far.
Yeah.
And, like, subscribe. Definitely hit us up on Twitter. We love being active on Twitter. We're on Facebook and on Instagram as well. YouTube, please comment, share, and hit that bell. Get that notification about that show the following week. And
Yes.
don't forget, look for the next episode, which is going to be released on Thursday, which is going to be our day at Dodger Stadium.
Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate your time.
Definitely. And, man, I'm out of beer. Are you done? I'm done.
Show off. No, I'm gonna be.
Dude, well, I'm done, so I need a beer.
Let's go.
And cut!
That was perfect.